Welcome back to Teshkid FX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Polygon Matic, whose current price stands at the $0.9271 mark, and here on TradingView the market is down by 2.2%. and in this video I want to give you the short-term and the long-term scenarios that I expect to play out here on the Polygon Matic chart. And allow me to kickstart the video by giving you a brief of what has been happening here on the Polygon Matic chart. So Polygon Matic from the all-time high had been seeing lower prices in this massive ABC corrective structure, which took us back to around the $0.32 mark, and in that movement I believe it has done the minimum that we expected it to do in its ABC corrective structure, and very soon we are going to continue being these Elliot structures, having our 5 taking us back to an all-time high. But before we get to an all-time high, we first need to see that first wave to the upper side. And I believe that is what has been playing out here on the Polygon Matic chart. We have completed the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 1 to the upper side, and now my primary scenario is that we're in the formation of these higher Elliot wave count 2 to the lower side. And jumping to the 4-hour chart for further analysis, here on the 4-hour chart you can see I have this Elliot wave structure in yellow, which is a fractal wave within that higher Elliot wave count 1 to the upper side, and that is so because the first wave to the upper side is an impulsive wave, and we expect to see fractal waves in formation within that wave 1 to the upper side. And using the trend based Fibonacci to get to see whether we have fully maximized our target area to the upper side in the formation of this wave 1 to the upper side, by connecting the Fibonacci's from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the high of that wave 3, that gives me a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of this wave 1 and the fib level 0.618, and that is at around the $1.24 mark, and that is the minimum that I expected Polygon Matic to do in the formation of that first wave, which is a target area that we have fully maximized because we made our high at around the $1.3 mark. And after seeing that high, we have been seeing a corrective structure over here in the formation of these high Elliot wave count 2, and in this video I want to give you the target areas in the formation of these higher Elliot wave count 2 using the Fibonacci's and also the ABC corrective structures. And after seeing the high for that higher Elliot wave count 1, we have been seeing this corrective structure over here, which is an ABC corrective structure, having this as the wave A. Then we have seen a wave B. Then we have continued pushing low in the formation of our wave C, but we have not yet made the low for this wave C. And the low for this wave C, that is what I'm expecting to fully maximize the formation of these higher Elliot wave count 2 to the lower side. And jumping to the 1-hour chart for further analysis and also show you the chart patterns that we have information on this chart, you can see that here on the 1-hour chart we had seen the formation of this channel, which we had been trading within after managing to hold above the key area of support at around the $0.78 mark. We saw a very nice bounce to the upper side, started trading within the channel, and at some point we managed to break out of the channel to the upper side, and in that movement I expected that we might get to the key area of resistance at around the $0.95 mark, and in case we manage to break above it, then even see a retest of that key area of resistance, there were chances that we might continue pushing even higher. And in case we get to that key area of resistance and get rejected and see a bit of a pullback over here, there are chances that we might come down in this impulsive movement to the lower side, lose the key area of support at around the $0.78 mark, and continue pushing lower in the formation of that wave C to fully maximize the formation of that high Elliot wave count 2 to the lower side. Within the wave C we are seeing a 5-wave structure to the lower side, and initially here on this chart I had an Elliot wave structure having that as the first wave to the lower side, then a wave 2, then I expected a wave 3 which we saw over there, then a wave 4, then continue pushing even low in a wave 5, but this wave 4 over here retraced into the high of that first wave, and having done so, that invalidated my Elliot wave structures, and now I have to remove that Elliot wave structure from my charts and have a new Elliot wave count, which I have right now, having this as the first wave to the upper side to the lower side. Then I'm expecting that we are in the formation of a higher Elliot wave, that is a wave 2 to the upper side within that wave C. Then expect an impulsive movement in the formation of a wave 3, then expect a wave 4, and before we continue pushing even lower in the formation of that wave 5 to fully maximize the formation of these higher Elliot wave count 2 to the lower side. And getting a little bit into the details of the formation of this Elliot wave structure that I have right here, we can sketch out a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of this wave 2 by connecting the Fibonacci's from the high of that wave 1 to the low of the wave 1, and that gives me a minimum retracement area to the upper side in the formation of this wave 2 between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.618, and I can mark that target area here on the charts like that, which perfectly lies between the $1.02 mark and the $0.97 mark, and that is the minimum that I'm expecting Polygon Matic to do in the formation of this wave 2 before we continue pushing lower in the formation of that wave 3. And that gives me the possible scenarios that can play out over here. There are chances that in case we continue pushing higher and manage to break above the key area of resistance at around the $0.95 mark, then there are chances that we might fully maximize the formation of this wave 2 within this red target area. And once that plays out, then we can expect another impulsive movement to the lower side in the formation of that wave 3 to the lower side. And once that plays out, then we can sketch out a minimum target area to the lower side in the formation of that wave 3. And there are also chances that we might not fully maximize that target area, and this might be the area that we make the high for this wave 2. That is the area at around the $0.94 mark, but it's too early for me to judge that, and I need to be patient and see whether we are going to manage to break above that key area of resistance. And also, given that we are trading above the 20-day MA here on the 1 hour chart, we have continued to hold above the 20-day MA, then there are chances that it might continue acting as support and give us that bounce that we are expecting to fully maximize the formation of this wave 2 before we see that impulsive movement to the lower side in the formation of that wave 3. Then expect a wave 4 and then continue pushing low in a wave 5 to complete that higher Elliot wave count to the lower side. And also taking a look at the indicators to see what movements will be supported here on the RSI. On the RSI, we are trading at around the 60 mark, meaning we have massive room for us to support any movements to the upper side before we get into the overbought region. Also taking a look at the MACD. Here on the MACD, we have printed a bearish cross because you can also see that we have continued to lose the buying momentum, and over here we have printed a bearish cross, and that would mean lower prices are coming our way. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.